The first flea market of the year for the Stormville Flea Market in upstate New York. I went on Saturday morning and I picked up a few comic books. Let's see what I got, what I'm going to do with them. Up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff that helps the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that comes out and checks out the content. Thank you. I had gone to, so Saturday morning, first it was a beautiful morning. Weather was nice, it was cool, but not cold. Sunny out. So I went to the flea market, and it was pretty busy. So this flea market, it's about a little less than an hour north of where I am. So it is a little bit of a hike. Okay, it's a flea market Saturday. We are headed up to the Stormville Flea Market. And it's the first one of the season. So that usually means that there's some new inventory. People have cleaned out houses over the winter or whatever, and hopefully we can find some goodies. It's fairly early. It is 7:42 in the morning. We're about a minute away, and it's just coming up here on the right. There we are. So it's funny, so many of the neighbors here, as you're driving up, you'll see signs for other, yard sales, because they know that the people who are heading up here are also into yard sales. So, yeah, we're headed to get some parking, and we'll run and pick up some comic books hopefully today. Searching for comics at the flea market. Here right now, I'm just about ready to pack it in.
It's more than $5.
Just one more lap in this area. Make sure I've gotten to everyone who has comics. Yeah, I've been in this area. Go all the way down there. Let's look for comics. Let's see. Coins over there. Records, a lot of people with records. Records. Did I look at that box already over there? I am not sure. I've already picked up some good books today. Did I dig into those? Yes. Nothing there.
They're beautiful. You should be. Yeah, right?
often pay attention to the stuff that's for sale here that's not comic books. We're going to dig through some comic books. And so I go up there, and I was checking out the comic books, and they have it about once a month. So I was I just kind of went around, and there were some good deals to be had. I think I picked these up for couple of bucks a piece, and I do have to check condition, but Spawn Batman #1, that's a nice book. First Bishop, this one I liked. It's not particularly high grade, but it is Uncanny X-Men 239 in a newsstand. This is the first cover appearance of Mr. Sinister and the first cover appearance of Madeline Pryor as Goblin Queen. Another X-Men newsstand copy, 234, classic cover. Another great cover, 256. And then this is a beloved cover, 251. I don't think, I have to take a closer look, I don't know if any of these are really worth, or high enough grade to slab. But I haven't had the opportunity yet to take them out of the plastic bags they're in. Speaking of plastic bags, I gotta get this into one. This I think was $1. This Evander Spiegel run of Black Hawk. I've been kind of collecting those based on the recommendation of John and Bronze and Modern Gods. So I got to start reading that at some point. I guess I read a lot of stuff at some point. Then this classic John Byrne Wolverine cover. I think that was $1 also. And then this, this is going to go in the spec pile. This is the first appearance of the Jackson Hyde Aqualad, the second Aqualad, who is the Aqualad that we see in the Young Justice TV series. So, yeah, there's some... I haven't yet gotten to read this book. But, yeah, there he is. I have a copy of this book, a high-grade copy, a 9.8 Contender, in the press right now. Just popped it in. There are a lot of these Superboy and Legion superheroes picked up. First Dawn Star. Great cover appearance. If they ever do anything with the Legion... This guy had priced stuff. Most of his stuff was priced above fair market value, but Giant Size Man Thing #4. I forget the significance of this. Let me just take a quick look. There are a couple of issues in the Giant Size run. Giant Size Man Thing. I should know this off the top of my head. It's the first solo Howard the Duck story. So, I don't know if I'm going to sell this right away. Maybe spec on it. I did actually pick up a copy of that in a recent collection. Spider-Boy #1. That Spider-Boy craze from last year. This I got for $1. This was in a $1 bin. Infinite Crisis 5. First appearance of Jaime Reyes as the third Blue Beetle. Strife's Strike File. This is a book. It ends this Executioner Song series. I do have a 9.8 of that. That does have a little bit of value. Superboy Zero. This is the first cameo appearance of King Shark. These are all $1 bin pickup. Secret Six, just this classic cover. First cover appearance of Lady Loki, I think. Mighty Avengers 29. And then just an issue of Saga. Sure, why not? #27 for $1. This is like an ugly one. But it's Night Force #1. I'll probably put this in the PC. It is kind of dirty. I need to get that into a bag and board. Brian Boland, Wonder Woman cover newsstand. This I picked up. Didn't pay too much for this. Defenders #2. It looks to be in decent shape. I don't know if it's an upgrade over my personal collection, but Defenders #2, sure. First Binary. Yeah. This I picked up from a guy that's usually there, and I picked up some... He has some great Silver Age books. His inventory doesn't turn over a lot. And then Man-Thing #3. First appearance of Fool Killer. This, I picked it up because I thought it was... Although I may be mistaken. No, that's on the bag. The thing is, his books, they're very musty. They've been at too many... flea markets. This is a high grade of Amazing Spider-Man 110. It's the first appearance of the Gibbon. He has it as a VF, and I thought it was a really good price for VF. And then this I picked up. It is lower grade, but it's the first appearance of Madeline Pryor. Uncanny X-Men 168. We'll move that along. Part of this Avengers 185, part of the Scarlet Witch Quicksilver Origin, I think is that issue. And then I like this one. This I might keep in the PC. I don't know if I have this already. Avengers 131 from Beyond the Grave. This is, I guess, is this the second appearance of Wonder Man? But you got Frankenstein, the original Human Torch, and some other characters coming back. That's just a book I want to have and read. Right? Not high grade, but a cool book to have. This I picked up. I don't know why. I think it was just cheap. Justice League 114. Justice League 100-pager. It's got a little tear up at the top. Probably not an upgrade over my PC copy, although that's when I was young. And then this I picked up. Cheap. Big Shot 68. Golden Age, why not? DC Comics Presents 53, the first appearance of Ambush Bug. That'll go in the spec pile. This is one of those books that I've been picking up. 2 copies, a direct and a newsstand of X-Men 200 with Magneto. All right, X-Men 256, second copy I picked up on the day. McFarlane cover, ASM 320. Ghost Rider 31, first full appearance of the Midnight Suns. DC Superstars, #2. I don't think I have this in the PC. It's all reprints, but still. That's kind of my wheelhouse. I was I was a kid at the time. I didn't get this book, but it's got, Atomic Knights and Hawkman, Adam Strange. That'd be some good reading. Then the next 2 books I picked up, that guy had stuff that was priced rather fairly, but nothing that I thought was a great deal. But there were 2 books I was kind of interested in that were unmarked. So I asked the guy at the booth, and he says, "Oh, the owner will be back in a few minutes." So I grabbed the 2 books, and I think I got a good deal on this one. I saw one sell on eBay that it went, I thought, a little low. And so it's Archie 44. This is from 1950. And it's got some Veronica Goodgirl art. Certainly there. It does have some foxing and staining on it, but, he said $25. I'm like, sure. I thought it was about $40 book, but there was a recent sale, like $150. But I think that was an aberration. They said this one was $5. Transformers #8. Now, I'm not a big Transformers guy, but this is the first appearance of the Dinobots, and I thought it looked really sharp. Now, I'm going to take it. This is the first time I've taken it out of bag and board to see, because I paid $5 for it. So I want to see. I was looking at it pretty close in the bag. I didn't take it out of the bag. The bag's got some wrinkles on it. But, yeah, there are some definitely pressable defects. The back cover. Yeah, I mean that is. So, this is kind of. Is this a 9/8 contender? You see right there. That can definitely be minimized with a press. I don't think it doesn't break color entirely. Right? But the rest of the spine, what do we got right there? That might be the limiting factor. Definitely needs a press up there. And I'll have to look at the value in a 9.6, but definitely worth more than $5. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to inspect it closer and see if it is worth putting in a 9.8 pre-screen. So that's one of those things. If I can, take a $5 book and this. So then I picked up, and the guy had a run of these, and I thought that these were particularly nice. And they were priced, but he was given a half price. So their stickers are 40, 30, and 30, right? So I paid $50 for all three of them. And they're Savage Sword of Conan, high grade, numbers 2, 3, and 4. I don't think they're worth getting graded. And I've never submitted a magazine to be graded. Not that I never will, but I never have. And these are square bounds. But this could be, even if I get the sticker price on them, that's worth the cost of admission. Then there was this was also a kind of dollar bin. Yeah, this is not 9.8, but it's pretty high grade. This classic John Byrne negative space cover of Spectacular Spider-Man 101. This is a spec book. This is the first Frankie Ray and the first Quasar. The $115 written on the cover is not anything close to what I paid for it. And then another copy of this. A copy of Batman and Robin #1. This actually, the Sinister book, let me take a close look at that. That, first glance, it's pretty sharp. I'm going to have to get all these in new bags and boards and give them some grading. This, probably not a 9.8 contender, but the first appearance of Professor Pig. It's a little bit of a spec book for me. It's one of those books that I always pick up. And then this, Justice League of America 135. This is the first part of a 3-part JLA JSA crossover. It does have, it's a mid-grader. Probably not an upgrade over the PC copy. I do really have to go through my Justice Leagues with a fine-tooth comb to grade them. I'd really love to get high grade of these books that I collected as a kid, even if I do have to pay some money to upgrade it. And this is, it's the first appearance of Shazam's Squadron of Justice, which were the Fawcett characters that DC got the rights to. Now, there were some issues with the rights of the non-Marvel family characters for a while, but Bullet Girl and Bullet Man, Ibis the Invincible, who's also, his first appearance was also, as was Spy Smashers. Which figure, right? Spy Smasher down there. They also had their first appearance in Wiz Comics #2, along with Captain Marvel. And then Mr. Scarlet and Pinky, they were very much a Batman and Robin inspired team, ripoff, if you will. They were in WoW Comics. And Bullet Man and Bullet Girl were in Nickel Comics. Bullet Man got his own series. And the rights were kind of tied up in the early 80s, so they never appeared in All-Star Squadron. I remember Roy Thomas alluding to in the letters page about the rights with those characters. And I don't even think that they were really used in Crisis on Infinite Earths, but they did come back later for one of the Shazam series. We did see some of those characters and other iterations of them, but I think that they're pretty cool characters to have, and I've picked this book up a few times. This is also the first time that the Earth 2 Batman has an active role in one of these crossovers. He did appear briefly in, I think it was like Justice League 84 or something like that. One of the ones in the late 60s, early 70s. And then they didn't really use him much, which is interesting because they did use the Golden Age Superman quite a bit. They used Robin frequently, but not really Batman so much. And this, I believe, this predates, yeah, it definitely would. It predates All-Star Comics 58. So this is before the Justice Society got their own series again, because there's no Power Girl, There's no Star Spangled Kid. Those were two of the headliners. They would have used Power Girl if she had existed at the time, but she did not yet. She had not yet been published. So it seems as though, and I didn't even, I was just kind of picking up books I thought were a good deal. I didn't really have a focus, but it seems as though I was very X-Men centric. Maybe a couple of books worth getting graded. Maybe. I do have to go through these closer to see if there's some PC upgrades, but certainly those X-Men books, those are hot right now. So that's going to, it'll be good to be able to have those books for the Whatnot shows, because people want those X-Men keys based on the animated series coming out right now. We'll see what happens when they actually go to live action. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for stopping by, taking a look. Let me know what you think of the books. Have you been to any flea markets yet this season? This is one, again, it's only every month, and it doesn't run during the winter time. The other flea market that I often go to, which is another big one in the Meadowlands, that is every week. Occasionally, if there's a big event at MetLife Stadium, because they use the parking lot of MetLife Stadium, there where the Giants and Jets play their home games, they close it down. But I just have to always remember to check their website. But one time I drove down and there was a Coldplay concert that weekend, so it didn't happen. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for stopping by. You can take a look at a couple of my other recent videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.